brought to you by happy customers who elevated from sod boredom to backyard nirvana. It's time to design with Michael Scott Landscaping.
Good morning, I'm James Warner Smith with an information update. Carrie is going to be back on Monday. It's going to be sunny and 24 today, a little cooler near Georgian Bay. Full weather details coming up after news and sports. With the warm weather finally hitting the area, today is going to be the last day of operation for the ski hills at Blue Mountain Resort. It was around 17 degrees and sunny yesterday, and CTV News reported the skiers opted for more summer-like attire on the slopes. David Phillips from Environment Canada says Collingwood hit 26 degrees on Thursday, setting a new record with another record-setting day on the way today. Ottawa Saga OPP, with the help of United States Customs and Border Protection, have arrested 29-year-old Jarmanjeet Singh in connection with the deadly collision with a train on Nolan Road in New Tecumseth a year and a half ago. 2 people died in the crash, and Singh has been charged with criminal negligence causing death and bodily harm, as well as obstruction and failing to give way at a railway crossing. Singh has been held in custody pending a bail hearing. Simcoe County got a $21 million boost to help combat the homelessness crisis. The funding boost is supported by the mayors of Barrie and Orillia, who told CTV News the situation is critical and that all levels of government and support agencies need to come together to find solutions. A new report lists Barrie as the 7th most expensive city in Canada in which to live. With concerns growing about potential drug shortages, Canada's health minister says regulations governing medical practice may have to be strengthened in each province to prevent what he calls incompetence by doctors. Jean-Yves Duclos was talking mainly about a Texas-based and Nova Scotia licensed doctor who wrote 17,000 prescriptions for the diabetes drug Ozempic for Americans looking for cheaper drugs here in Canada. Ozempic is also being used in many cases as a weight loss drug. In the United States, the National Rifle Association is getting ready to host its annual convention. Last year's convention took place within days of the Uvalde school shootings, and this year it's the Nashville and Louisville shootings. The 3-day gathering in Indianapolis will include thousands of the most active NRA members and will also attract leading Republican presidential candidates trying to stump for votes. A streaming series is getting another swing. After first canceling A League of Their Own, the show will get a limited 4-episode season 2 to wrap things up. The series is a more modern take on the 1992 film of the same name, with a focus on Black and LGBTQ players from the real All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. In sports, the Blue Jays just couldn't get the bats going last night, falling 3-1 to the Detroit Tigers. They'll have to do better as they open a series against Tampa Bay tonight. The Rays have won their first 13 games. In the NHL, the Leafs took one in Madison Square Garden, 3-2 over the New York Rangers. In other games, Buffalo beat the Ottawa Senators 4-3 in overtime. Boston outlasted the Montreal Canadiens 5-4. Colorado 4, Winnipeg Jets 2. Edmonton Oilers 5-2 over San Jose. And Vancouver Canucks were winners against Arizona 5-4 in overtime. And the next round of the OHL playoffs begins tonight for the Barrie Colts. They'll be in North Bay to take on the Battalion in Game 1, starting at 7 o'clock. That's your news and sports. Bounce weather is coming up.
No matter your occupation, we're all experts with our own terminology. Here's Mike Scott.
When it comes to the lexicon of landscape design, we have an eye for balance, flow, contrast, and texture. Having your landscape professionally designed allows for the focal points of your land to blend with your building. In other words, turning terminology into the reality of landscape eye candy. Now is the time to design.
Type michaelscottlandscaping.com.
Bounce Road Watch is brought to you by Paul Sadler Motors on Bayfield Street in Barrie.
Continues to be a good drive on the 400 from Highway 89 up into the Barrie area this morning. Also in good shape is Highway 26 if you're headed from Barrie out towards Collingwood. And Highway 11 moves very well from Barrie through Orillia up towards the Severn Bridge. The Georgina Spring Fling Marathon, Half Marathon, 10K and 5K is May 6th. The marathon is a Boston qualifier and the certified course is fast, flat and scenic. Reserve your spot at EnduranceEventProductions.com. With the latest traffic, I'm Robert Upward.
Bounce Weather brought to you by Barber & Haskell. Make yourself king of the grill. Compare top brands like Weber, Napoleon, and Traeger in store at Barber & Haskell. Your barbecue headquarters, 880 King Street in Midland.
Bounce weather, sunny with a high of 24, except closer to 19 degrees near Georgian Bay. Tonight it's going to be clear with a low of +5. Saturday sunny, high 24. It'll be cooler again near Georgian Bay. Sunday cloudy with a chance of showers at a high of 21. And Monday cloudy with showers at a high of 9 degrees. Get news and weather anytime at bounce1041.ca.
CICZ FM, Simcoe County. Bounce 1041, an iHeart radio station.